Oh, Lord of mercy. Well, good evening. When you don't play, you don't hit them all. Well, I hit a few tonight. Maybe won't be too many misses. Hope everybody's okay. It's a few minutes after 9 o'clock. It should be dark outside now. Everybody's in the house. Whatever they were doing is done. That's an old praise medley of songs. We bring the sacrifice of praise. We sang that 30, 40 years ago in the churches. We bring the sacrifice of praise into the house of the Lord. And then that middle one was, I can't even remember the name of it now, but we sang that a lot. And then, of course, the last is Look What the Lord Has Done for Me. And good old song. 3 good old praise songs. I used to do that was actually track was actually made for banjo. We'd go into a lot of churches. Used to go into so many churches, and a lot of them with the had, especially we moved right in on the middle of the contemporary movement back in the last 20, 30 years, and we go into a contemporary church, and I'd give some contemporary 5-string banjo, and it always won. I always enjoyed it. There's a little bit of country in everybody, I guess. But let's see what I got to play today. Here's one of my old favorite songs. in my earphones, and when it come back on, I was trying to figure out where I was at the song. Lord, I haven't had this stuff plugged up in 2 weeks. Guess I'm gonna have to go back pretty soon to every week. So it just went off again there. Let me check a little connector here. Yeah, right there. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Some of this stuff I'm using, I used in my studio 25 years ago, like a headphone amplifier that I'm using is old. I need to get that thing down the road and get something else. That drop D, that's a very popular tuning. I'm gonna change strings. I changed strings on the Taylor and on the Strat, not Strat, almost said Strat. I don't have a Strat anymore. I changed strings on the Taylor and on the Telecaster, the black one, last week. And we played Sunday before last. And I put new strings on them because I still the service. And this is only the second set of strings that's been on this guitar. And I've had it over a year. Need to change strings more often. And when I had it set up, I think I took 13s. 13 gauge, and sounds a little flat there. And I put these 12s on that 12 gauge, and I believe they're a little light. It's just a little bit of fret rattle. Most acoustic guitars come with 13 gauge strings. I like to play 11s, so it don't eat your fingers up. But I'm gonna have to. I missed the Czech convention this year. It came up. I mean, July got here so quick, and I was not prepared to go. I wish I had gone. Maybe next year. What can I play that I haven't played in a while? Here's an old banjo song. This was a 5-string banjo. blood, and are you washed in the blood? The banjo tune. Lord of mercy. Got a iPad here somewhere. I'm looking around like a lost soul. Let's see if there's anybody on here tonight. I'll have to get up to find. I was sitting over here on the chair with this iPad, and that's the reason I couldn't find it. It's because it was beside the chair. There we go. We'll get it here in a minute. There's no volume turned up on the iPad. That's a pretty smart thing to do. Whew. Lord, I'm tired. Looks like we got a bunch on there. Hey, sister. Good evening, Charlie Beatenbo. That Martin is sounding great. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate that. Hello, Ray. I saw Sister Mary saw your wife with that patch on her eye. She said, "Boy, eye surgery." Bless her heart. I pray she'll get over this stuff. Hey, Papa Joe. Seems like I can't play. Long both hands still messed up. Carpal tunnel syndrome. Oh, that's bad news. I'm having shoulder surgery. I told some maybe it's the real deal now. Taking tests and visits and all that. I got 3 doctor's visits next week. And the 26th, a week from Sunday, we're going to, I told you many times, we're going to Nashville, Tennessee for a revival at the Ryman on that night. But that morning, the 26th, we're going to be down on Interstate 24, right off of, I can't even think of that name, road of that name. Anyway, we're going to be at that Father's House Church on Bain Road, 144 Bain Road. That's right off that main exit there at Laverne, Tennessee. I'll get it in a minute. We're going to be there at 10:30 and on down to the Ryman. And let's see. Lord of mercy, it's been a sad week. I've been working on the bus. My fingers hurt, my hands are. I put on long sleeve shirts. I didn't want to sweat on my guitar, and I needed to cover all my wounds. I had skinned myself, and you can see right there. And there's one. There's 2 on that hand. I don't know how many. There's one on that arm. There's some on up where I've got places and scraped and moved, and skin is blood thinners and thin skin, old, and touch something and don't know it. And all of a sudden you see blood dripping off, and you have to try to trace it down, find out where it's coming from. But I knew when I took on this bus project at 78 years old, almost 79 in a month, a little over a month, September, August to September, I knew it was going to be a challenging job. It was going to be hard to do. 40% heart rate, 100% arthritis in every joint in my body. And it's been tough. There's been things that I would have to take 2x2 and hold it up to the ceiling and let Linda take the screwdriver and the screw gun and tighten it up, because I couldn't get this hand up no further than this. And so it's really been a awesome challenge doing this job. It's going to be nice when we get it done. And I was talking to the pastor of the church today, where they let us park there, where we go when we're at home. And pastor was asking me how progress comes. I said it's coming very slow. I'm looking to. We're off for the summer. The heat. It's supposed to be 3-digit, over 100 degrees here again this week, and 103, 104 heat index, 100 actual temperature. But my goal, it's tagged. The insurance, paying insurance on it, got it tagged and everything. It's you could pull it out of the driveway and go. but it's just a few things got to be done, and I'm shooting for September. I'm hoping that I get this arm, this surgery, the 30th. After we go back from Nashville on the next Thursday, is when they're going to take this arm and lay it on the table and take out the junk parts and put in rebuilt ones. They're going to rebuild this shoulder, put a whole new chrome ball, what do you call that? I just had to put it in my truck, ball joints. I'm getting new ball joints and a new alignment in this shoulder. And I don't know how to be stretch out. It's hard to pick now. I'm missing notes because it's hard to move my hand to while I'm playing. But anyhow, that's what's going on. And my brother, I talked to him the other day. He usually listens to the program after it's the fact on YouTube. And he told me last night, he said, I think you had a little distortion. Somebody else said something. I hit the button, started it. I was ready to go in. And it might have been some rattle on the guitar. There's no telling what it is, but I'm gonna try to do better. I won't be offended if you hear a buzz or a whistle or something. If it's not right, if you comment, it won't bother me. I may not do anything about it. Can't do anything about it. But really and truly, I don't want buzzing and humming and distortion and all that kind of stuff. I want to pick smooth. And let me find another page here because I want to play a good song for you. I set upstairs one of our best friends in ministry over the years has been W.H. and Carol Yarbrough. They're now residents of Little Rock, Arkansas, but for 25 years they lived in Lake Charles, Louisiana. And we have been in their home. We've slept in their spare bedroom several times. We parked the bus in their front yard several times, plugged up, where we spent the night there before on Saturday and go eat and fellowship or just hang out and enjoy. Brother Yarbrough is one of the funniest guys. He's hilarious. They came out to the house when we lived in Georgia, in Cedartown, Georgia. Had a studio there. They came out and stayed about a week. We worked in the studio. We ran around town, went to Guitar Center, messed around, cooked and ate, and just had a good time of fellowship. They're some of our dearest friends, and Sister Carol home to be with the Lord on July the 4th. And so they had her funeral this last Friday. There in Little Rock, Arkansas. It streamed. We watched it. One of my best friends in the world since the days that I was with Wendy Bagwell Sunlighters, went to church with. I met him at Pleasant Grove Baptist Church. His name was Larry D. Baker, Larry Dean Baker. Larry Baker worked for years in Douglasville, Georgia, putting in sewer lines and that type thing, and hauling gravel and digging ditches. And I drove his dump truck when I was off. When I wasn't on the road with Wendy, I needed to be doing something, make some extra money. And I drove his dump truck, probably thousands of miles and tons of gravel for him, so many times. And Larry suddenly dropped dead last week. Somebody else that I know, and of course my buddy the mayor, that we were such great friends with for so many years. We toured all over this country, cruised and been everywhere. And we've been to every restaurant you could think of to eat. Just, they were like family. We was with them about every week or every other week for sure. He went to be with the Lord a couple months ago back in May, and today would be his birthday if he was alive. He would be 88 years old today. And I won't say happy birthday in heaven, because I know he's in heaven, but he ain't having no more birthdays. He is happy eternal day. That's a lot better than a birthday. He's got a day that will never expire, that'll never run out. It'll be here through all eternity. Boy, it's something. And then I sat here Sunday afternoon and flipped on RFD, and there was Gaither, the Gaither show. It was 2004, 22 years ago. And there was probably I would say 30 people that came across that camera that's not here anymore. I told Ed, I said, we ought to tape a show called The Survivors. I never thought that I would be here this long. I thank the Lord that I've had these days. There's been a couple people that spoke a word of wisdom, a word of knowledge, a word of prophecy, however you want to put it, and I think they heard from the Lord. They just didn't make it up, but several people have said, your best is yet to come. Well, if the Lord heals this body and He opens doors, we're going to take off. We got a nice 45-foot MCI that'll get the job done, and we'll be there and do that and see what the Lord has to do. But all my, so many friends, so you get this age, some of them going to be with the Lord. And this is what it's about. No more sickness, no more pain. There won't be any partying over What a day that will be. I was playing the song and I happened to think about dear friend, precious buddy over in Asheville, North Carolina, Jim Lowe, Jim Jr., young Jim Lowe. Jim's a lot younger, well, yeah, he's quite a bit younger than me because I knew him when he was knee-high to a knee. And his daddy, Jim Lowe, Sr., and his wife, Betty Lowe, they were dear friends of ours when we lived in Forest Park, Georgia, back in the 60s when I was playing with Mom and Daddy. And Jim Lowe Trio. After I left Dad and went on with Wendy Bagwell, it went on. And as Jim Jr. Grew up, he started playing with my mom and dad. He played with them. And I haven't seen Jim in person in probably 30 years, 30, maybe 40 years. Long time since he was a kid. He's married, got a wife, got kids, and got grandkids. Well, his mom, Betty, that I've known for 60 years, passed away this past weekend. So it's a bunch of them. He's not on tonight because I know where he said he's probably maybe at a visitation even today, or it could have been yesterday, I don't know. But that's another one. All right. Let me see what I can play. Calvary. Well, let me see if it's find out where it went. My headphones just went off again. It's always something, ain't it? I think it might be this cable that I'm using right here. It might be a bad cable. Because it's, when they go off, you don't hear nothing. There's nothing going on. Nothing going on. Let me see. Wayne Chase. Hey, buddy. How you doing? Glad you're still around, man. Ricky Cannon. I hope, I don't know how you did with your surgery. I had back surgery before you did last December. And mine did pretty good. I hope yours did. We'll come back to Alabama if you'll let us. And if you still have your fifth Sunday singings, or if you started them back, we'll come down there. I'll drive that bus down there and back it in your driveway. And we'll visit with folks around town. Catch brother over in Alabama. My little brother, I used to go play many sessions on the guitar in the studio back when my hands were easy. I could play smooth and I could play good, play skillfully. And I get called every week or two to do a session at one of the local studios around Atlanta, Smyrna, Georgia. Little David Young, James Chris, Larry Butler. There's several of them that did albums that were producers, and they would call me to play guitar on sessions. And I go and say, "Oh, by the way, bring your little brother so he can play bass." So Virgil grew up being my little brother. He's big as I am. He wears a bigger shirt than me now, and he's a lot grayer than I am. He's he's not Linda. He's not 75 yet, is he? He's 73. He turned 73 or 74 back in April, and I think I'm 4 years older than him.
Born in 52.
52, me 47. He's 5 years younger than me. So he's anyway. I'm 5 years older than him. He's number 3. I'm number 1. Him, my older sister Joyce, who's not with us anymore, her and her husband. And then the next one was Judy. I saw Judy come on here a while ago. I think I saw her on here. She might have took it off. I don't know. Anyway, she was watching. She watches everything I do. I have to be careful because Judy's watching me. And she lives in Alabama too. And maybe I'm not supposed to say that. I don't know, whatever. She ain't hiding from nobody. Anyway, but anyhow, I was going to say I was up for it, but Ricky let us come down and we'll do a 5th Sunday for sure when we start back in the fall when it's cool. Steve Roberts, fine picking, Steve Roberts, you're a fine man for saying that. I appreciate it. Tony Garner, absolutely beautiful. You're a kind soul, sir. Thank you very much. And it says Linda Beatenbo, Ronald Ray Snyder, and 5 other people are watching you. And Judy, he's 75. It says 75, 52. This is 2026. Anyway, we're all getting old. Jim Lowe, I'm so sorry, buddy, about your mom. I saw that on Facebook just yesterday. I don't know how much you heard of the program, but Lord, I had so many friends that had gone on to meet the Lord. So that old cliche you're saying, heaven is looking sweeter every day. Yes, it is. Judy said, he said, I am. I don't know what that means. Judy, you're 78. No, you're 76. Because I'm 78. I'll be 79 September. Anyway, we're all in the 70s. We're all Medicare kids. We're all baby boomers. Lord of mercy. I have another sister, Joanne. She was born in, Joanne was born in 50.
She's not 76.
Judy's not 76?
No.
Judy said she's 70, Virgil's 75. Judy says, I'm 76.
She was born in 51.
The what?
Judy was born in 51. I was born in 50. I'm 75.
These people don't even know how old they are. Wrong. Judy said wrong. Virgil 74. That sounds more like it. That puts you at 75, didn't it, Judy? Because y'all were close together, a year apart. Mom and Daddy spent their first 5 years multiplying. There's 5 of us like doorsteps. I was born in 47. My sister was born in 49. Judy would have been born in 51. Virgil was born in 52. Joanne was born in 54, I want to say. Because hit button wrong. Okay. But I just know how old I am. It doesn't really matter how old we are. It's what we do. It's important anyway. How we conduct ourselves, how we know the Lord, and how we recognize who He is, and know that He's eternal, and He's made us to be eternal one of these days. One of these days we'll quit counting birthdays. And I was kind of bragging about going to be 80 years old, because 47 was my date of birth. I know that, September 5th, 1947. And so next year, in September, after this September, next year, is when I will be 80 in 2027. And I'm kind of proud of that, because everybody I know died in the early 70s, and I'm glad that the Lord gave me these extra years. Maybe He does have something else for me to do, and I'm willing to do it. Just give me the strength, give me get rid of the arthritis, and keep the diabetes level, and let that 40% heart rate do what it's doing. Keep on keep on keeping on. I get this bus done, get all these surgeries done, I'm going to relax this fall. I'm going to see some more of this country. And, well, I've been on here. It's getting late now. I usually watch Hannity at 9 o'clock. But this guy works the same old there, so what a big deal. Well, I'll play one more and get out of here. I am holding it to 2 weeks, every 2 weeks, until this bus job gets a little further along, until the summer slump. A lot of people are busy doing other things in the summer. So I'll be back in 2 weeks before the surgery. Let me see something here. Just to satisfy my curiosity, today is the 14th. We'll be in Nashville on the 26th, that's Sunday week, 27th, 28th. I'll be here Tuesday, 2 days before surgery. And then I'll be gone for 2 or 4 till I don't know how. You know, they have set me up for therapy 5 days after the surgery. The doctor told me, he said, I'll send you home the next day. And he showed me this chrome ball and socket thing we put here. He said, when you wake up, you won't be hurting in that shoulder, except when the anesthesia wears off, that wound where we have to go in and cut skin and stitches and take stitches and all that stuff. It's all bones. He said that will be sore, but your shoulder will not be hurting, and that'll be a blessing. And so I'll see y'all in 2 weeks, and I get back to another page over here, and I'll play this song that I love to play. So I played What a Day. Where's that? I got 3 pages of song. There it is. God bless y'all. See you in 2 weeks.